Hi there, this is Diana Papilli, day 70. Can you believe it? Day 70 of 100 days. So I'm interrupting my momisms. I'll be back with momism number 2 tomorrow. Why? Because I want to talk about something that I had the awareness of yesterday, and I had debated whether or not to share it with you yesterday, and I decided I didn't want to, but I'm ready to share it today. So the last week or two, I've been a little bit testy and a little bit short. I mean, not horrible, but just not quite myself. And so finally, yesterday, I don't know what it was that, I know, something really got me aggravated, and I didn't take it out on anybody, I'm glad to say, but when I was driving in my car, I don't even remember what it was that got me aggravated, because that's irrelevant. It totally irrelevant. But when I was driving in my car, I'm grumbling and I'm carrying on and I'm kind of spitting nails a little bit. And I thought, okay, Diana, here you go again. Anger is a secondary emotion. What are you really dealing with? Well, I eventually was able to sit down and write about it. And here's what it is. I thought, I think the closer we get to this weekend with my mom's memorial service, and as I mentioned, I also wrote her part, or I didn't write it, but I contributed to her eulogy. I thought, I guess I'm dealing more with my mom's passing and her death than I realized. And then it hit me. So I started writing. I mean, a long time ago, back in day, whatever it was, I talked about journaling and how it's helpful to me. Well, I started journaling about what it is that was going on with me. And it's amazing when I sit down to write just how much that helps me. Here's what I became aware of. It's not my mom's passing that I'm having a problem accepting and dealing with. I realized death is a part of life. It was her time. And I mean, that's one guarantee in life. We only have two, and one guarantee is there isn't one of us getting out of here alive. So what was it that was really bothering me? And I realized it wasn't her passing that was bothering me so much as I did not want to have to deal with the accompanying sadness and grief about it. I mean, I was in so much denial, and I kept pushing and trying to, bury this grief and sadness about losing my mom and missing her. And I thought, wait a minute, Diana, you know that what you plant grows. And I have a video on it that I shared with you earlier. We only bury dead things, and emotions, if they're not dealt with, are not dead. So I realized I am not burying this, I'm planting it. And planting those kinds of emotions are only going to sprout and grow things that are not very desirable. So I thought, the first thing is you need to just be aware of what the problem is. And the second thing is you just have to accept it. And so I wrote about, I'm almost tempted to share what I wrote, but I think I won't. It's like, but I'll paraphrase what I wrote. And I'll talk to myself in the third person sometimes too, or whatever, or in the second person. But I said, okay, girl, what you plant grows, and you can either accept the grief and deal with it as it comes up and not have it continually haunt you, or you can plant it and reap a worse harvest than you could imagine. It could result in sickness and an illness. And here's the thing, pain is inevitable. With pain comes growth. With pain comes understanding and compassion. With pain comes an experience that we didn't have otherwise. And we're always a better person for having endured and dealt with our pain. And here it is, pain is a part of life. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is what's optional. We don't choose to have pain, but suffering is a choice. We choose to suffer, and there's something we're getting out of it if we're suffering. And I thought, you know what? I would rather just deal with the pain as it comes up and then not have to constantly recycle it and reap a worse harvest than just the pain and the sense of loss. So I realized that the pain is liberating, and just, letting it pass like the winds of Maui, pass over the island, and then move on. Because if I try to block those winds and if I try to block those emotions, they could take me down. So that's what I thought I'd share with you. I don't mind sharing little tiny slices of my life. In fact, that's kind of what my speaking business was about. Not so much about sharing my life, but sharing some of the things that I learned in my life, and some of the workshops and things, the topics that I dealt with had to do with personality styles, as well as just some of the lessons that I've learned in life. So I'm more than happy to share that with you. I will come back with momisms tomorrow. I think for the memorial service on Saturday, I'm going to speak and actually share some of those momisms. Some of them are funny. It's funny, I had trouble thinking of them, and then a few of them came right to me one day, yesterday, I guess, and so I just sat down and hurry up and typed them up because I thought, I don't want to forget these. So I'll be back with you tomorrow to share one of my another one of my momisms. And I did want to share this with you, though. Just remember, pain is inevitable. It's a part of life. It's a part of our growth. It's a part of our experience. Suffering is optional, and I deliberately, consciously choose not to suffer. And the best way I know to do that is just let the pain pass through me. This too shall pass. Have a great afternoon and evening. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.